Shinez Morrison, and she is the proud recipient of the Prime Minister's Medal of Appreciation for Service in Education and has been enjoying teaching for over 23 years. As an agent of social change, she has enriched the lives of students and educators as a trainer of trainers for the e-learning Jamaica Company Limited Tablets in Schools project, Jamaica Teaching Council facilitator, seminar and workshop presenter, mentor, lead teacher, and founder and governor of QEC 54 Teachers Hub and QEC 54 Math Grades 4 to 6 Professional Learning Communities. It's her belief that tomorrow's technology should inform today's education through innovation because the greatest investment she can ever make is in the life of another human being. That's why she invests herself daily at work and in her community. Outside of work, you will find her working with youths of all ages as her church organization's Region 2 Youth Director and the Old Harbor Community's Church Leaders Fraternal General Secretary. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask for you to welcome Miss Shinez Morrison this afternoon. You can send some applauses and you can send some good vibes to her in the chat as we begin our session for this afternoon on Guiding Principle 2. Miss Morrison.
All right, thank you. That you want to ask before we start?
Please utilize the raise hand feature, or if you can type it in the chat, that would be great.
All right, so give you another couple of seconds to see if there are any questions before we start, or any desire, any needs that you have that you want to share. I just don't want to just jump in and just start. Maybe you have a question before we start, and I would love to hear from you. Hope you have a working computer there with you. Hope you have already have the files that we spoke of. If you have not done so, while I'm going to my, I just a brief look at my website, you can actually gather those quickly so we can work. All right, I hope each person have a Google Drive up and ready for us to work with. All right, so this is the front or the first page of my website or my e-portfolio. All right, so it has a slideshow at the front. So I start out with my banner and everything up top, just a normal thing that you would have done for your first week. And I have a slideshow of a number of my achievements or activities. And this slideshow is a simple PowerPoint. So if you are desirous of learning how to do this, at least I'm going to show you, because what I'm going to do is a lot of not really in depth in terms of the website, but how you actually make it become functionable and appealing, so that when persons come, they don't have to search all over for the information that you have to share with them, and it will make it easier for them to grade your work. All right, because they don't have to search all over. I'm saying that mine is organized fully, but all right, so these are just some other stuff that I have. Just to open up the front page, and I have my table of content there. You don't have to have that, because each of the websites have their own listing that you're going to create. All right, so just gonna do one and then jump into two, because I think some of the features of one should have gone over to two when I looked at it last night, but I didn't make any changes. All right, so the first one that you did the other day was teaching in terms of teaching experiences and responsibility, which is Guiding Principles 1. And so you notice that I did not put my action plan out or anything out right there. All I have is a lot of links, and that make your page appealing. So that's what we're working on today. So that's the essence of you creating folders, and we're going to use pictures to lay out our stuff. A number of my work that I have, they are really Google slides that are there. and videos, pictures, still pictures, words that are hyperlinked. All right. So my evidence are shown and they have the little caption for persons to read and see the dates attached to them. So you don't just provide evidence. And for you to share the pictures of the children, we know that we'll have to get permission from the parents, so you'll have to do that. All right. What I do is I have captions for each of them. So when the persons that are actually going through your e-portfolio, they will actually read and they can pick up quickly instead of to just click on the document to open it to read what is there. All right. So just scrolling through just to show some of the evidence that I have. All right. Okay. All right, so that is guiding principle. I won't go to the end of that. We're going into the meat of the matter, what we have to do today. All right, and it has some subpages. All right, so evidence of teaching innovation is what we're looking at in terms of guiding principles too. I gave you a list of items that you must come with in terms of your lesson plan and other stuff. So I'm going to jump back to the first page, a video that you should have, and don't be allow this to fool you. This is a video I just use a cover page as a picture. But there's a video here with me teaching a lesson. So what I did was to actually upload it to YouTube and then work it back using the link to a post in the group. So if you have videos, you can also upload them if you to YouTube if you have a YouTube channel, and then you can do, or you can add your video to your folder and then link it back here. All right, so these are just different ways in which I have actually. Now, these are the meat of the matter because you're going to provide evidence of the various subjects that you have covered, whether it be science, depends on what you teach. I teach everything, and I'm responsible for a club, which is a science and technology club. All right. So I didn't want to put out everything as evidence in terms of like still pictures on it. So let me go actually show you. So what I did was to actually create newsletters in Canva. Kind of easy, you know? It's either a PowerPoint or a newsletter. All right, so let me go down to that. So all of these that you're looking at, whether it be science, whether it be reading, they are newsletters. All right, all I did was to add. All right, so it's just different little evidence of the children working, doing activities related to science, and you have your procedures and stuff. So whatever you want to add, you had them there. So I'm going to go into that and show you in a short while how you can actually create these. All right, so you don't have to spread out. I've seen websites where all the evidence, all the pictures are spread across the page and it kind of look messy and stuff. So we don't want to do that. We want to put them uniform. We want to add caption information for the person to read and understand what is it that we are actually presenting. So it's going to take some time for you to actually put them together. But if you learn how to do it and how to link it, you'll have no problem. So all I did was to copy the particular experiment we're doing. We're actually experimenting there as a club and we're doing our stuff. So that's all you'll have to do. And you write your captions to evidence the information. All right. All right, we started writing a book for my class. So this is just an evidence of what we're doing, and my students, they were typing. We're not finished typing. Although there are 23 of them, we didn't get to type out all the letters, the stories that they had written, but a number of them are there where other different students have actually written. All right, so you put out your evidence like that, and that is still Canva again, and we pick them up, and these are the still pictures and videos below. All right, so I'm gonna switch again, stop sharing, go over. All right, let me check. All right, I'm not seeing anything in the chat, so I'm just gonna roll on. All right, so put this in slideshow quickly. All right, so that instead of taking up your time, we're just gonna go straight to the activities. All right, so the first thing that we want to do is to link our lesson plans to the particular page that you have in your website. All right, the evidence is that you must have at least 2 term lesson plans, and they must span 3 years. These lesson plans must be evaluated, or you must have a reflection. All right. The next thing that we're going to do is insert a video recording of you teaching a lesson. Hopefully somebody will have a lesson that they have taught, or we can use. I'll show you how I inserted mine. All right, the lesson must be student-centered, it must be differentiated, whether it be by process and product, or content process or product. All right, so you choose, and it must be in that your classroom is also one that is student-friendly. Insert innovative instructional approaches, different ways in which you can actually use technology to enhance the teaching and learning experience. You can actually also add in terms of pictures, where you want to be by pictures, videos, audio clips, a worksheet presentation, handouts. So depending if you create sample questions, lessons, all of these are showing your innovation. And we're looking at the 3 domains, all right, the cognitive, affective, and so you cover all the domains that are there and actually present it as you do your lesson plan. All the domains normally come out in your lesson plan or in your worksheet or your presentation. All right, the cycle. So next one is that you insert whether you actually have technologies that you have actually worked with, where you think, sir, that you have a particular interactive tool, a particular graphic organizer, or you have an online tool that you're using, simulations, anything. You have created lessons that you have added, a video that you have added questions to, and you can embed it also in your website. Different forms of assessment, whether it be for synchronous or asynchronous learning. So depending on what you have. All right. So the first thing we're going to jump to is looking at the first item, which is really linking your lesson plan to the particular site. And that's an easy one. All right, so this would be my lesson plans for 2023, 2024. I come down and I can write a caption or information regarding the lesson plan that I want them to understand why I am using these lesson plan. I'm just going to go over quickly and just copy from what I have from before and just show you. So you will take the time to type. I'm just copying and pasting. And all I would do now is to link this. So in terms of whether I want to have lesson plan by itself, or in the case I have lesson plan and work plans. All right, I could say lesson plan for term 1 and 2. Regular thing, all I'm just doing is just centering. Can make the font bigger if you want. Now all I'm going to do is just a simple hyperlink. Oh, that I copied this second time. So give me a minute again. Go back for that link. All right, so what I did was just copy the link from my folder, and I clicked on, I like the word that I want to use as my here of that I'm actually linking. I'm gonna click on insert link. I'm gonna click Control V, or you can paste, apply. All right. So that's where it is in terms of just a simple add. You can add information around that for whoever is actually, if you want to share additional information about your lesson plan that you want to grab the attention of the person that will actually be reading your work. You can change your font colors, you can do all kind of stuff that you want to do to make it look elegant, or all right. Remove the underline if you don't want it there, change it to a different color if you don't want it to be blue. All right. That color blue or shade blue. All right. So you choose what you want. All right. So we're going to try it out. My link is still active. So my link is not active, so let me make it again. You notice it changes to a hand, so the person now will just click and they will have access to your lesson plans. So they don't have to go all over your page looking at lesson plans, they just go straight to the folder. All right, so before I move on to the next one, can I have some feedback if you want me to do it again, if you want me to do something more, but that is a simple way of presenting your lesson plan. All right, so everybody is good with that. I was just waiting to see if anyone would actually render any form of feedback regarding that, or you wanted something else, something more vibrant, fussy. All right. So, all right, so we're gonna move on to the next one now. You have a series of stuff. So jumping back to our PowerPoint. So that is just simply linking your evidence. So you'd have gathered them, placed them there. For your video, I'm gonna ask a question before I move on. Let me see, there's something in the chat, so let me go. All right, somebody asked that I go over again, so it's just gonna, all right. So I'm gonna do that quickly. So after that is we're gonna actually upload or take a video from our folder. All right. If you don't know how to upload a video to your folder, you can actually type in the chat. So by the time I go over that, we can actually go into that aspect. All right. Or if you all know how to actually add your video to your folder, upload your video to your folder, and then we're going to take a link from there to your page. All right. So let's go. So if there's anyone that needs that, add that to the chat for me, please. So let me go over quickly. All right. So what we did for this quickly was that I went to Google and I got a picture. Because I'm not going to need it, I saved it to my download folder on my laptop. All I did was, I'm just going to remove it quickly. All right. Is that after I have chosen what I'm going to delete all of this, right? Let me just do a new one below it. So what I did, I went over to my paint and I chose the content from the content block, or I want my layout to be. My layout from this one is going to be simple. I could have shifted this around, so I could have moved this and put this to the top over here, across here, if I want it like that. And then I have this big thing saying lesson plan, whatever. But I don't want that. So I'm just going simple. All I did was go upload my picture. So I click on the plus, then I went to upload. I choose where I've stored my picture. I've added it in the download folder, so I have it right here. So I went to Google first and I saved it in this folder, upload it there. The next thing I wanted to do is to tell you that these are my lesson plans for the particular here. So you can have this one, or what I did sometimes is that based on what I show you, instead of having it taking up multiple places, I could put lesson plan up here first. Lesson plans. All right, then I could use it here for the link. So we can have multiple. So it depends on how you want to put it out. All right, suppose I want to put 2021, 23, or 2022, 2023. All right. If you want, you could add another text box to give some explanation or whatever you want to do. So it depends on how you want to present it. So we cannot have other things. And all you can do is just actually use up the little features in terms of your centering. All right. So that it can look a little bit neat. You can change your font size, you can change your font color, you can bold, you can, all right? So you can choose what you want to do with them, all right? So these are my lesson plans. I'm just doing a little bit different, but it's the same thing, all right? But in case you have multiple and you have to have 3 years, all right? This I'm just doing 2. So what I'll do now is that I'll go back to my folder, all right? Those in the folder I was using. All right, so this is the actual lesson plan. Tell me if you're seeing what I'm doing. When I move from, are you still seeing the folder, or are you seeing the website?
Seeing
In
your
the folder. All right. So what I do, because I had my folder set up before, I'm right click on share. All right. Could copy link here, or I could just go to share and the whole way, and then click copy link, done. Then I go back to the website. I've chosen to use it here as my means of linking it. So you can put a caption, click on link, click on the here to open the folder to my lesson plan. All right, I click on the link icon, and then I go down and I paste it in, and I click apply. All right. Beside this, I could, or before I have that, I could have a little caption above it, I should say, I could add. Click on. All right. And you know, we can change up the color, right? And fix it up a little bit neater than this. So it depends on what you want to do. If you want a little background or anything to it. All right. So that is my first thing that I have there. Going back again, because I want to ensure that all my lesson plans are there. So I'm just going to take up one just randomly. So I'm taking this one. Do the same thing again. Share. All right. Copy. Done. All right. And you notice that what I'm using, you have to ensure that when we are sharing it, this is on view, because you don't want persons to edit your work, right? So whatever. So you click on view. All right, anyone we had chosen anyone with the link. It normally come with the restricted. So anyone with the link can actually open that folder. All right, done. Go over back to our website. Tell me if you're seeing the website. Click back on the link icon. Paste again, and I'm use Control V. All right, then I apply. Voila. What I'm going to do now is to preview to see if it works. All right, so that was our first one. This is our second one. That look bad, right? And we can put in banners and stuff as we go along. So what I do now is click on my link and it should open to my folder. All right, so it open to that folder. First, I can see all of those lesson plans. Going back now to the website. Click on my second one, open the other folder. And you see that they are different, right? So that's how you would have present your lesson plan in an easy way instead of putting the lesson plans on your website. So you have 3 different school years. All right, so that's that one. I'm gonna check the chat and move on to the next objective. All right, so I don't see anyone say anything in the chat. So I'm just gonna move on to the next objective that we're looking at. All right, so the next one is to insert the video. So going back to our drive.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Where did you get the info? Good evening.
Good evening.
Where did you get the information that we need 3 years of lesson plan or 2?
JTC.
JTC. Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you for asking. All right, next. One is the video. All right, so your video that you're creating, if you notice I have here, you can't just put out the video as it is. I did a reading lesson with my students, you know, old fashioned thing, so it's not the modern. All right, so what we did was I stated the objectives. By the end of this lesson, students should be able to do what? So you list all your objectives. So when the person open your video, they will have an idea unless you have added these captions into your video. The video that I did didn't have any caption to say this, that, or whatever. So I list them. All right, so if you want it, you can use CapCut and you can edit your video, put in a slide or something, having different sections or information. That will be for another time. So you have a raw video that you know that you have videoed yourself teaching a lesson simple. All right, we can actually just quickly, I'm gonna go over to my drive now, find a video, just any video, this is a video. So everybody, nobody asks how to add it to the folder, all right, to the drive. So I'm just gonna pick up this video. So if you have it anywhere, you would have drag and drop or upload it to your folder. And then what you would have done is done the same technique of actually going for, mine not share already, so I'm just gonna reshare. So you open back, you ensure that you have selected anyone with link can view this particular video. All right, what we would have done is copy this. And then, or there's another technique that we could use. We could go over and we could have searched for it. All right, so if I put in my other content layout, there's a simple one. All right, you could actually choose from here if you want to upload it, if it was on your computer. All right, and it's taking some time from the drive. All right, we could have gone like this and click on it from the drive. And then I'll have to go in, open my folder that it's so in. All right, go straight down here. All right, and then I have to search my little video that I'm going to use. All right, so I'll have to ensure that I have my video in this particular folder. So I open the folder that I know my videos are in. All right, this VP when I add them in, some videos. All right, you see multiple things because I have a multiple stuff that I have, right? This is not the lesson, but this is a student that is reading, so I'm just gonna quickly add her video since as I see it. All right, click on it like that, you see? Everybody saw that? I want me to go over before I add the video. Someone speak. Go over, please. All right. So I'm going again. Click on the plus. I already choose my layout content block. I choose the layout that I want. Simple layout. I could switch up my layout because if I want the picture over this side, I could just move this over to this side. You see that? So I'm put the words, say give a little thing like that. All right, so I click on the plus. I can choose to upload from my computer. So if I click this, it gives me the option to upload from my computer, but we are working with a drive. So I click here and I'm gonna click on drive. But when I open my drive, I don't have one folder, so I'll have to go to the one that I'm using. So this is where my information They are stored. All right. So open that one. Scroll down till I find my video. All right, so I saw another video. All right, this is not a there's some experiments with my kids, so I have videos of them doing various things. All right, so the video is in, right? But you need to add caption. Tell them what type of video is an experiment. In this case, you know that your video is be teaching a lesson, but I'm just putting in that one. All right, but I know the video that I have here is an experiment, so experiment. All right, and so it's science experiment, not social study. All right, and we put a little more caption because they want to know it's on what. You can add some more information or me to it. Floating and sinking. All right, so that's how simply we add the video to it. Did I leave anyone behind? Hello? Do I need to redo? Do I need to do anything else? So I'm just adding some little. Anyone need me to do anything extra? All right, so that was though we added and we had our information, but you're gonna take some time to add additional information like your objective. If you want to give a little explanation, as I said, for this video, we'll have to do another lesson because what I did with this video, I uploaded to my channel and then I copied the link from YouTube and then I add it, all right, to my page. But if you are not going this route, you can go this route from your folder to your page. That's why this one has a YouTube icon. Is that good? Do you need me to do something so it's more flamboyant, more? Somebody speak to me. All right. Do we understand this? Yes or no? Let me check the chat, please. All right, there's nothing in the chat.
Yes, so far. Thank you.
All right.
Miss,
Mhm.
Miss, how do you do the YouTube icon again?
Okay, as I said to you, this would be different because I had the raw video like this, then I upload it to YouTube and convert it, and I add a cover page and stuff. That is gonna take time. If you want me to do that, I can actually create a video and add it to a classroom. I have a classroom where I tend to add things to. So I can add it to it and then you can watch that on your own because I have another set of list activities regarding e-portfolio. They are there from 3 years time. 2 years ago, you can actually go in and see. All right. So it's step by step. I'll show it. I have a PowerPoint with it. So you can go to the PowerPoint step by step. All right. So we're finished with this one. Yes or no?
Yes, Miss.
All right.
Yes, miss.
All right. Students are in class, man. I love that. All right. So now we are going to show our evidence now. Our students working. All right. What did I do? All right. So let me jump back over to my PowerPoint and read. So we're at number 3, innovative instructional approach, whether it be pictures or videos or clips or worksheets, whatever you have. We're
Miss,
gonna
excuse me,
Mhm.
are we still at GP1?
No, GP2 we're doing.
GP2, okay.
Yeah. All right. So the one that we're just doing is adding the video, which is you teaching a lesson. I just picked up a little child, but you are supposed to be teaching a lesson. Everybody understand that, right? Did you all copy the objectives that I had for this presentation? Because it outlined what is it that they're expecting of us.
That is a GP, right, Miss?
GP2, so the first one, you must have lesson plans.
P2.
You must have a video
Yes.
showing that you teaching a lesson or multiple lessons. If you're one of those persons who like to put yourself out there, you can have more than one lesson. All right. Then you're going to have innovative instructional approach covering the different domains. And this means you're going to show videos of children doing things, or you having worksheets that shows them presentation, audio clip, video clips, anything that you have to showcase the work that your students and you are doing. All right, so what I do, because you can't put all the pictures all over the website because we're not doing that anymore. There's a technique that I tend to use. I tend to use newsletters or I use PowerPoint. So I'm going to show you those quickly. All right. But you will have to have your worksheet and your pictures and stuff. If you want to upload a presentation, I'll show you how to do that also. So let me show you first before we actually do it. Are you with me? Say yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
All right.
Yes, miss.
Notice I have one newsletter for science, one for reading, I have one for my club, one for social studies. All right. And I could add more for maths, but I have other links for maths and language arts. So that's how I do it. So you can choose. So we're going to jump over to Canva and then I'm going to show you how to add it to this website. Are you ready? Everybody Canva ready? Did you create a Canva account using your MOE school's email account? Let me hear you say
Yes.
yes. All right. So we're jumping over to mine because it's not on the particular webpage. So I'm jumping over to the ministry one. All right, Canva. Everybody know how to open Canva already, right? Say yes or no.
Can you remind us, miss?
All right. So let me go all over. So I go to Google and I type in Canva. I'm already logged into Canva. All right. So I'm going to use it on another page first. Let me use it on this one. All right. Then I go back to MOE school one. So this is Canva. Click on it. All right. I'm logged into everything. All right. So when you go to Canva, you're going to see a display page. All right. And it allows you to actually choose. You will have to sign in, right? So I realize that I'm signed into everything that I have. So I'm logged in. So you can click right here. You see the login option. So you click login and you continue with Google. And you choose which option you want or another account if you want to add your other account. And then you would have gone next and signed in. All right. Versus persons who don't have their account, you would have set it up using your MOE school account. Why MOE school account? It gives you added feature that a free account would not have given you. Do we understand that, right? We're good, right? So let's go. So I click on Canva. Now I'm going using my MOE school account. I'm already in. All right. And then I'm going to choose what will I design today. I want to design a newsletter, right? And I could show you below the newsletters that I have from different things, right? Different newsletters, moving quickly. I don't want to the other, yeah. And timelines and stuff. All right, so this timelines are used like when you're showing your work over the years at a particular place, like your school, you want to show, oh, you have evolved over the year. That would have gone along with your about me page or part of your first page or what you call your cover page. So here is a science one. So Canva is great for creating timeline. I'm going to show you my timeline, even though I'm not doing that at GP. All right, so we choose this particular, we choose our newsletter, and all I did was to edit. So over here I have newsletter. I'm going to go back again and I start from scratch, but I wanted to show you that all I did was to just take a newsletter, edit it, delete some of the stuff, put in my pictures, put in the captions, put in the experiment that we're working on. So I type out the experiment. I type out the procedure, the aim, all those things. So I type it out so that whoever is seeing the video or the picture that comes after will know what they are talking about. So if we're doing a complex machine experiment, whatsoever. So this is mainly grade 5 because I'm teaching grade 5. All right. So we actually show how we actually would eat. All right. So let me not showcase that, but actually go straight to it.
This word what you're showing. I'm
Huh?
not seeing what
You're not seeing?
No,
All right,
I'm
let's
only
stop and share again. I'm gonna share. Thank you. All right, where am I again? Because I opened multiple things. All right, share. Are you seeing?
yes, miss.
All right. So what I'm showing you, let me get it bigger, because I showed you on my website that I use a newsletter to represent my science, right? So I'm showing the innovative things that my students are actually measuring and doing their stuff, right? So they're actually taking the temperature, because we're looking at in terms of heat and how temperature change and how the actual different mediums will determine how much heat is or how fast that particular thing will melt. And so we actually go through that. This is magnetism. We have magnetic things and non-magnetic things, and I have a video on this magnetic. So you have non-contact force. So that is your science lesson. And the child is there moving the magnet underneath the deck. So the magnet is not touching none of those. So you know that it's not making contact. Like I'm teaching the science lesson. But it's demonstrating the lesson. This is how you're showing them how you actually do the STEM and the STEAM. All right? So whichever one you want to say that you're actually utilizing in your classroom. All right? So I won't go through that. So let us build it now from scratch. All right? So I'm just going to shift over to home, Canva. All right? When you come in, what the first thing is going to ask you, what do you want to design today? So you click on newsletter because that's what we're using. All right? So I clicked on it. It's going to give me different templates. Now, you choose what you love, right? You choose, so you scroll through, you choose what you like. If you want something looking modern, if you want something looking chic or, you know, those little. So you depend on what you want to use. All right, you know, I would say to you, you can sketch out what you want on your book. And then you actually say, click on the newsletter you want to use. All right, and then you click customize template. And it opens up. All right. No, you would have a series of stuff that you want to put in. So you start to change up things. So notice they only give you the cover page. I can add page and it's going to give you blank. All right. You can add or you can duplicate. So let me go back. So you can actually add or you can duplicate to keep certain elements the same. How do we duplicate? There is a double 2 pages that are here, the icon. You click on it and it actually duplicates it. Then we go back up. Now we're going to edit what we have actually taken. So, or we could have gone blank if you wanted to use a blank newsletter. But sometimes the features are great. So you can actually use the features. You can delete out what you don't want. I don't want no date on it. I want to change. I want to use this particular font because I think it's going to science or whatever subject I put there would look nice with this font. All right. So all I have to do is something like that. Notice at the moment I click on it, a bar comes at the top. This bar comes just like markers with a ribbon that is there, or we call it a bar. Same features. You can go up, you can center if you want the center. All right. So you choose how you want it, the effects to be laid out. All right. We have opportunity for us to change the position. All right, forward, backward. So when you click on that particular picture, it goes over to a pane on the left opens. All right, so now I have science. I don't want it to be like that. Or I want it to be centered like this. All right, if you don't want this particular picture, you can change it out. Canva also gives you free pictures, so you can search for them. All right, so you can search for different design. You can actually search. If you look to the left, you'll see that there is a particular pane that you can actually scroll down and you can choose photos. All right, if you want. Not all the photos are free, but you choose what you want. I deleting out this little thing here. I think, right? If I don't want this to be rectangular, I can actually change my shape. I don't want to go to technical. All right, in terms of elements. All right, I could actually change it out or just remove this instead of going to technical with you today. All right. Where did I choose science? Oh, see. Okay. All right, so maybe I need now a picture from my students or something that I've uploaded. I think I have a number of uploaded stuff. So I wanted to represent something that I have in terms of. All right, students. This is not signed, but I'm grabbing it. So I'm going to take out this one. The options at times are there for the picture can be actually replaced. All right. But in this case, this one is not replaceable. So I'm just going to delete. I'm going to grab the picture that I have. I'm going to resize just like I've done in Microsoft Word. Okay. See, I think up here is the importance. So let me make it a reading thing. It's about reading, since I say the importance of reading. So this one, taking out this one, taking out my picture. So I don't have to do too much. And resize. Am I going too fast? Do you understand what I'm doing? Someone speak?
Yes, miss.
All right, so I delete what I don't want. All right, and I reposition my stuff. Maybe I want to say something up like what I had for my particular. I'll go back over. Home. I'll show you what I have. Why did I go back so far? All right, where is the reading one? All right, here it is. So let me double back from one that we're creating. So what I did for this is that I add a picture up front about reading. So this is using low tech, the children are playing. All right. So this is a simple snake and the leather. So they're throwing their dice and they're moving their thing and they're calling the words. So that was what they did. I just took that picture of those students when they were doing it. And I created my page and then I gave a little information because my work spanned using the computer lab, reading room, and the regular classroom. So I have different types of pictures. So I just resize that reading so it's really the reading room there and the computer lab features. And I just give a little caption on my school to say Old Arbor Bay Primary School believes that students should experience, really, I may write it right? Experience the love of reading because you're giving a caption as to what you're going to showcase. So you sit down and write out your stuff. I put in my name, I put in my information because I'm putting it on my website and maybe I can share it for other stuff because they can double back for you actually publishing something because you're creating a newsletter. If you're gonna use the children, you know that you can put that out as usual. You can actually do candid pictures so you don't see their faces or whatever. So when they're doing, so for this one, I add page and then I put in the particular activity that we're doing. So this is partner reading, and I explain what is partner reading. I put in a picture and I put in the date when they actually did it. All right. So because I have two sets of pictures, one in October and one set in November. All right, and I state what it is. So it's a strategy, cooperative learning strategy in which two students work together. And we actually, one child is sitting by herself, her partner was not at class, but she's still reading. All right. So we have pictures and captions. So that is showing your particular strategy or technique that our or innovative where you're actually teaching. Vocabulary building. So you give a caption again, and they're playing game. All right, this is a snake on the ladder, and they gather up in their groups and they're playing whatever, and they're calling the words and they're going through. All right, add a timetable too. And I'm just showing you so you can add your things. You have videos, still pictures of children reading. So if it's an experiment, you'll have the experiment, you have the objective, you have also outlining the steps in your objectives. All right. And you add the videos just the same as how we do those, you upload them. So I've shown you, so let me go back to what we were actually looking at. Okay. So now that I have my front page, I add the information and I fix it up, I remove what I don't want. I'm not going to do all of that right now. I want to add another page so I can actually duplicate, as I said to you, or in case I don't want to duplicate, I can just add a page. When I had the page, so I choose what I want to add on it. Say if I want text, I'm going to click over to my left. And I hope you're following. Tell me if I need to slow down. I need an heading, so I'm going to add some text there. If I choose what I want to do. All right. So if I say, like, for instance, partner reading, delete what is here. If you want to say experiment, children doing field study, doing an experiment, you put in your caption and you put in your information. All right, so you choose what you want to put there as your heading. If you want background, you can actually add background to it, or you could also add in terms of a shape, change color. So all of this is here. You click on A, where you see the rainbow color, it allows you to change the color of the text. All right, a B for bold. If you want to italize, you can actually do that. If you want to add effects to it, you want to take up too much time with that. But you can add effects if you want or not. All right. And it looks different, right? So we're doing partner reading. We know that the next thing after we're adding, we're going to add a little caption. So we're going to add a little bit of body. So we can add that here. Not going to type the body, please. All right. So you add whatever you want. You can put it below the picture or below the video. Depends on how you want to lay it out. All right. The next thing is that you want to upload your video, right? I have some videos that have uploads. So I click on upload. And then after I click on upload, I'm going to click on upload file. Am I going too fast? So I'm just going to go to download. I'm going to choose a random video, please. Sorry. All right, so I choose a video. And it's going to take a few minutes and it's going to upload. It's uploaded on my left. It's going to appear on the particular page that I have. Give it a few minutes. All right. So I can add it over like that. Can resize. All right. Don't want to play. So that's how we add our little video. And we add our caption. We can add more information. All right. We can add more page by clicking add page here. All right. You want to view the other features, but this is simple. All right. I want to cover everything and time is going. So this is just a simple, you just add pictures, you had, all right, videos. I wanted to show that. So the same way you could upload your pictures, just like you upload your videos. All right, so these are multiple videos on my list that I had uploaded of my students. All right, that are a part of my work. All right, so that's that part of it. You want to see what it looks like. If you go to the bottom, you see a double arrow slant. You click on it, it shows you preview. All right, and it gives you a preview of your work. You can click the play button and it plays it straight through. or you can click through. All right. Click back on the double-headed arrow pointing in, we close it. You want to spend too much time on that. So you can preview your work. All right. So you see, there are other features we can add, like animations and stuff to your words and make things jump, make things move, or all of those stuff. We can actually add a sound background, sound to the particular video or whatever you want to do. But we want to keep it simple for now until we get there. Or you can play around with Canva. So that's how the next thing now we want to do. How do I get this from here into my website? So I'm going to click on share. When I click on share, it gives me the options, several options, how I can share readily. I can download, I can share, I can, in terms of the presentation and stuff. All right, so you choose how you want to share your particular work. All right. All right, there's a microphone open. All right. So let us go in terms of more. I'm going to choose how I want to share my thing. Now, when I click on more, I'm going to go back and do that again. Share. There's a simple option here. I could go through using those, but I go down and I click on more. After more, give us multiple ways we can share. We can share in terms of QR code, folders. I'm not reading all of them, but I want to embed it into my website. So I click on embed. All right. When I click on it again, it gives me two options. It gives me a URL, the second one, and the first a div. All right, I'm going to use it because I want to embed it right inside the website. So I click copy. After I click copy, I'm going journeying back over to my website. All right. So you notice I'm back on my website, right? So now I'm just gonna drop it in anywhere. I'll fix back my website when I'm finished. All right, so now I'm in my website. I click on embed, right? It gives me two options. Am I doing a URL or am I using a code? I'm using a code. So I'm gonna click on embed code and then I paste it in, all right? Then I click next. It will generate.
Excuse me, Miss Morrison, we're still seeing your Canva page.
Oh, thank you. Let me start all over again. So going back to Canva. Right. Oh yes, I was on another way. On another. So from Canva, picking up from there again. After I choose share, I went down to more, click on embed, then I click on embed again, then I'm clicking now to copy the code. I click on the code. I'm gonna stop sharing, and then I'm going to go back over now to my website. All right. Should be seeing it now. Then yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So now I'm over on my website. If I look to the right where the pane is to insert, I'm going to insert embedded. So I've embed as the link that is there. So I'm going to click on it. It asks me, do you want to embed a URL or you want to embed a code? I want to embed a code. So I'm going to paste it in. Click next for it to generate. All right, see that one, what we created before? All right, you click insert. All right, and it's in. Moment it's in, you have to resize it because it does not show everything. All right. Oh, that's where you are. So I click on it. When I see my handles, I just drag down until I can see my entire page. All right. Well, I'm seeing the entire page. Are you seeing it? You see, I got it in my website.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now it's much easier than you put in all the children pictures and all the activities and all the school activities all over the place. You just have it in a newsletter and you embed it in your website, you know, you can click through. You notice you have the arrow at the bottom. So let me put it into preview. Let us preview it now. Scrolling down to find it. I think it's at the bottom. All right. So now we can click through. All right, so the person can click through. We didn't do more than that. Was that helpful? Was that helpful?
Yes, it was. Can I see your timeline, please?
You really want me to go? All right. All right, no
Thank you.
problem. All right, there's something else I have to teach you other than this. So, all right, but I'll oblige by going back to the timeline. I'm going to show you my timeline on the website first and then timeline in Canva. So let me go website first. All right, so I think it's a part of my about, yes. So I have multiple pages and sub pages. So it's my about, you know, I have my little info about myself there. And I scroll down and you're gonna see my timeline. I'm gonna update it. I'm not updated. The other day I was looking at updating it.
Excuse me, miss, could you show us how you upload your intro and your timeline?
All right, no man, I said I'm going over the Canva to create it, to show you how I created this. But I wanted to show you how I actually have it in my website. So it started the year I started teaching. You see that? And I have it as a part of my about. And each year, all I do is just put another dot and just add more information. So I need to upload it for 2023, 2024.
You suppose you do not do it in Canvas, you do it in Docs or Word.
I guess you can also upload the Word document, but it doesn't look so nice. It's how you want your presentation, or you want it to look. And this could be even more prettier because you could add more information because it's more like an infographic. So you can add more information, you can add pictures along your timeline. I had a little picture there. I think I should have added some more pictures, but I didn't. And you can keep expanding because the web page, because it's so it's linked and it's live. As I make changes in Canva, it appears here. Want me to show you? That's why I use Canva. That's why I use slides, because if I made the changes in the slide, it appears in my website. After a few minutes, it updates. If I made changes to my document in Canva live, it actually updates on my website. But when you do it in the Word, it won't update.
When you say you're saying Google Slides or
Yeah,
site?
Google Slides.
Okay.
All right, so I wanted to show you something with that also, watching the time. So yes, I'm going to oblige now, going over the timeline. It's not my thing. That wasn't what I was supposed, that is from GP1, I think. So let's go, GP1. So let's go over to Canva. Let me show you that. So let me close out of some of these. All right. All right, so I've jumped out of the website that I was showing you. I know I'm showing you in Canva. And I said to you, what I chose was like infographics, because infographics, you actually have timelines, or I could have chosen a timeline in Canva. And what it allows me to do is it allows me to edit and add information. So I choose to do it like this. And as I said to you, your page can be very wide. It can, you can keep on adding information to it. You can have multiple pages and it will actually update the information. All right, so let me get it bigger so you can actually see what is here. So these are the different things that I've been a part of. And you have got to actually you have to demonstrate how you have evolved over time and the different knowledge or abilities that you have actually employed or garnered. Depends on what you're showing. All right, so this is how I have actually been transformed over the years. All right, and all I did, let me show you now. So you're seeing, let us actually do it. Remember, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing, but I am just working with you. All right, so I'm going back to the main page in Canva. All right, so you see multiple examples of timeline. Everybody saw? Are you seeing?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
So you choose the one that you like and you edit it. That's all. All right. So for instance, somebody like this one, because they can put in the here and put in the information over here. You can choose that one. You can maybe put a little small picture below the here, because the timeline, just like how we teach our students to create timelines, so maybe social study or whichever other subject we use it for. If you want something that is horizontal, you can actually choose one of these. All right, but I prefer the vertical timelines. All right. I like this one also. You can put your picture there and then add the information. It's left to the amount of information you have to add because the little boxes are going to take up a lot of space. You understand what I'm saying? So if you have a lot of information, maybe you want to go with one where you can type some information on the left and on the right and add some little info or even, but even if you choose something that is dark in color, you can change the color. So don't worry about that. You can always change the color of it. All right, so these are the different options that are there. All right. I'm trending to this one. I don't know if everybody like that or you want the second one. You like this one? All right. Resize so we can see and we start editing. So my natural thing is that I am representing me. I'm going to take out all of this little thing here. And I'm going to put in me. I'll go back to upload because I should have a picture or somebody's picture I can use. Let me not trouble that man. Let us use this man. Or not. To somebody that is anonymous. All right, let us use this lady. I think she's a part of this thing. All right, so she's now creating her timeline. Oh, she has evolved over the years. She have her little picture there. Maybe she wants to say something about herself. She go over, she click on text, she can add in a little body there. She either put it below or she put it beside to say this is something about me. She jumped down to the bottom. Oh, so many I put out already, actually more than one time. All right, so remove them. She jumped down, so she can fill out. Notice that this one is moving from smaller to greater, so we're descending. All right, so maybe the first year she started teaching was 1992, and she can speak about the different things that she did when she was there. She was the computer teacher. She was in charge of the library. All right, and she keep on adding things at this time. At that time, she was JTA president. Or JTA president. Who's the president of St. Catherine? All right, so I can change it around. So St. Catherine Teachers Association. Okay. President. All right, and you keep on filling out the boxes. All right. You don't have to have events. You can put in something else. All right, so you can put something else there, and that is for 1992. You put something else for 90. Or what I've done is group the years like a band for between 5 or 3 years. So you can add more things. And just the same way you choose how you want to present this. I'm not going. Is it okay for me to stop adding information and show you what we're going to move it from here over to your website? Or do you want me to show you to add and fix and more stuff?
Go to the website, show us
All
how
right.
we
So you're good with going in and editing your infographics or your timeline.
Yeah.
All right. So we go back.
No,
All right, stopping. Somebody said no. So I stopped.
They're asking me to pay
Pay.
on
That is-
Canva.
Did you use the MOE school account?
No, no, I didn't.
That's why I said to use that one. So what I do
Okay,
is use my
thank
MOE
you.
school to create things, but I transfer them to my website. Because
Okay.
MOE school gives you a paid account, which gives you more features. It's gonna give you the opportunity to remove background from pictures. All right, so for instance, our picture right here, if I don't want the background there, go to edit picture, or edit photo. All right, click on it, wait on it. It says BG remove, so you're moving background. And give it a few minutes and the background is removed. Don't it look better now? Talk to me.
Yes,
And you
yes,
can
it
fix
does.
up your editing and things nice. Say something, maybe she has a particular tagline that she tends to use. Mine is all right, let me leave mine out. All right, so you can choose what you want to add there. All right, and fix up your stuff. And then all we did you're going to do again is just to go back over, click on, go back down to more. As in this case, I'm embedding it again, but you can also choose a copy link. So I'm not going to always tell you that you have to embed. Prefer to embed because it's a website. So I click embed, again, then I am gonna click because I'm embedding it as in terms of the code, or I could have actually use both of them. I could have actually used URL, but should I use in the code? I just use that. Going back over to my website page, and all I need to do is do the same thing again. I go over to the left pane, I'm going to insert. All right, so it's asking me, what do I want to insert? I'm going to embed, embedded code, paste it in, next, wait for it to generate. And the reason I wait for it to generate, you can actually edit it, but that is too much right now. And then you go in, and that's it. Remember, it will not be the full size. So you'll have to go back, click on it, wait until you get your handles, you stretch. All right. Stretch, 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 stretch. All right. So I guess that's stretch, you know. Can stretch some more. Yeah, right there. Remember, you're going to edit out all of those and look at nice settings. All right. So all of those that are there, and that's it. Now you move it over if you want to center it on your page so you look good. Or if you have two timelines, if your information is a lot, put the first one there, the second one there. And that's not it's an extension of your timeline because it's going over on 2 pages. I would say do them separately if you have multiple pages and then add them. Because if you don't, it's going to be for you to actually click through to see the additional page. And you just want it to be laid out. No, I said to you, if I update something in Canva, I'm going to show you now what is going to happen. All right. So I'm going to move back over to Canva. Right. Are you seeing Canva? Hello?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now I'm going to edit this one. No, she is the lab assist. Tell me something else what she does. President of region QEC. President of what? Region what? Region 6. Mentor. I don't know. I'm not saying that she is. I don't know. Just writing it. Association. All right. And then, so that's it. Let me go back now, switch back over to my website. All right. 1 minute. A few. Switch back over to my website. All right. New share. All right. So I'm just gonna just click on allow my page to just do a little update. All right. Just scroll on and see what happens. Do you see it? You see it? Can you see the change? You notice that it updates? I'm showing you that it updated. Have you noticed that? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's what
Yes,
I'm
it
saying. This
did.
is more better than doing it in Microsoft Word. Because if you added fresh information, guess what? You don't have to go back all over. It updates it, right? Isn't this good?
Yes, it is.
All
Yes, it
right,
is.
so that is that. So this is how you present your information. There is one more little thing that I am going to do. You can actually use PowerPoint also. So the next one is that you can show your asynchronous, your websites and stuff. So you can now just copy the link for the websites and you can actually put them in. So that's not a hard one to do, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So we're good for that one. All right, so
Miss, so excuse me, miss. So instead of using Canvas, you can actually use PowerPoint as well.
yes, I'm going to show you PowerPoint. You ready for that one now? Are you ready for that one? Yes or no?
Yes, miss.
All right, so I'm supposed to be on my website, right? All right. All right, so let me just take out that. All right, so let's go. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go back to my home page. When I started out, I said to you, this is a PowerPoint. So when somebody comes to my page, you have this active flow in PowerPoint. Some persons use like JavaScript and other stuff to actually have motion some on their page, but PowerPoint does it well. Not all persons know how to do it, but these are just skills that are on in a PowerPoint slides that are actually doing this. All right, so let me actually go to where they are. So let me open my drive and I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to create one. All right, so good. All right, so you know that it's a Google slide, right? You seen it?
Yes, we're seeing it.
All right, so all I did was to create a slide, but the technique now, all of us know to create a slide, yes or no? Our slides, different slides, edit slides.
Yes, sir.
So we
Yes.
don't, I wasn't checking the chat. I must apologize. I'm just seeing that there are 4 things that are there. I'm not sure. I wasn't checking the chat. All right. Oh, okay. So that's not for me. All right. So let me go back to now. So we have Google Slides. There's my beautiful picture, and I add some words telling you the things that I am doing. Can edit and right. Giving my little thing down here, telling you my qualifications, putting a little information on my reflection for 2023, 2024. It's not a full thing, but I put something there. It's linked to something. Can link it also to my philosophy if you want to put in your philosophy, and just put a caption of your philosophy there, and then you can link it back to whatever. And we just go through and you add things. So as I'm transformed, as I participate in different things, that will highlight what I can do. I had them. So the last thing that I did was that I wrote a book. All right. So I had that to it. And all I did was to create a Google slide. And I'm just going to add a new slide. Right. But you see that? So add a new slide. It's also updatable. I'm going to show the updatableness of the Google slide. Then I show you how to create one from scratch. So if I put in here, if I go and I insert, I can delete all this. I should have used a blank one. But everybody know old-fashioned way of actually deleting these. All right, handles, the bars. So I go to insert, I'm going to insert an image or something, or upload something from my computer that I can use. All right. I use anything. I use like this. All right. So I put that on. I can add information and stuff, but I'm going to jump back over to my website to show you. It's going to take a few minutes and I have to update my website. Just update it. Website. All right. So going over to the website over here. Seeing the website now? Hello.
Oh,
Yes.
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 All right. Give me a few minutes. It's going to scroll through to the last one. The last one we had it. Okay.
So it scrolls automatically?
Yes, I'm gonna tell you why it does that. Because we save it as we publish it. All right. So it wasn't refreshed, so let me go refresh the page. All right, so let us do it again. It should show the one that we had. Isn't it nice? So somebody just come on your page and they don't have to search. What you can put up other stuff, whatever your I'm gonna show you like my certificates. I don't have them scattered. I have them in also in a slideshow. Because you can stop it, You can click on it and it can stop.
Excuse me, Mrs. Morrison. So let me see if we're on the same page. So you're saying that the e-portfolio can be done using Google Slides?
No, what I'm doing is showing you how you can actually present your information instead of pasting or putting in the ones that we had. This is updatable. You don't have to go and update your website because from you fix it from the end of the slide. After you have embedded this, all you do is automatically just updates. It updates itself. So it's the presentation. I think somebody's calling me. All right.
I must say, looking at your what you're using to show us how to do it is quite intimidating, especially if you're not as active as you are.
It is not intimidating. That's I'm taking my time. And it's a video, it's being recorded. So I guess you can take your time and go through it. And what this time around, I must apologize. I normally make a PowerPoint presentation to showcase all aspects that I've done. So you can actually walk through. There is a classroom that I have. This is called a training room that I have. I'm going to show you the PowerPoint, but that is an older version. I need to update it to what we're doing now. So you can actually get steps for persons who can't follow the video. You get the steps to actually walk through. So I'm going to show you that also. All right.
And
So
my last point is in terms of the book author. Let's say you want to write something, does it have to be published, or is it something that you're currently trying to put together? What do you suggest we do about that evidence?
All right, there are different things because it can be a newsletter. No, I literally wrote a book because I wanted to write a book. It wasn't for this. But I had it too because it had that element. But normally what I did for publishing was I have a newsletter that I call the Exchange. I don't know if you have ever heard or seen it. So it's also in my portfolio. So for each term I actually send out, whether it be I can actually publish in terms of your research can be published, and that can be your published document. It can be a one-pager document. So even if it's
Leave him making judgments up by himself. Leave him.
All right. All right. So published work doesn't, there's a list of things that you can actually publish. So the simplest one is a newsletter. And the newsletter can be one page.
Where you have to feel good, Panica? Damir.
Hello.
Damir,
Can somebody, the moderator, can assist?
I have a question.
I'm
following.
All right, I'm listening, but somebody else, let me see if I can assist the moderator. I don't know who's talking now because I wasn't looking.
Lady.
All right.
I think I did.
All right, thank you. All right, so let's go. You're asking
One question before you go.
All right, so I'm looking. Oh,
Did you create your website on Canva?
No, my website is a Google site.
Oh, Google site.
It's just a regular Google site. And as I said to you, I am not one of those persons who goes in and put picture over here and picture over there and one whole page of pictures and video. I compact them. That's what I'm showing you, how to compact them, how to actually present it. So you see, look at it. I have 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures in one slide, but it's showcasing something that I've covered. Is what I'm saying? And by using the slides now, I can update it from all I did was to create the slide and then I linked it back to the website, That's what I'm going to show you to do. So it's not hard. Everybody know to create a slide? Say yes.
Yes.
So all you need to do is how to embed it, and the same, remember our embedded the whole link from Canva, same thing we're gonna do. We're gonna go click on embed, and we're going to go in and just copy and paste and put it in, and it just appear on your website like that. And it's functional.
I get you now. I get you. So we use the slides to do our to compact things and then embed
Yes,
it
it's
in
how
the
you present the information instead of actually just showing it on, sorry for the words. Because sometimes when you're looking at some websites, you see a lot of pictures. Sometimes they don't have any caption. Sometimes they're not telling anything. But this gives you a kind of flow and a feel of innovation, of, you know. Hope I'm getting you.
So the
Thank
slide
you. Thank you.
be an alternative to the newsletter?
Yes.
All right.
So
Okay,
use
so
whichever one you want to use. But when you use the newsletter, you might have features in Canva that you can use. And you don't have to use, you can use anything in Canva and actually embed it also. Just that it use it to have multiple pages. So it shows like a book or a story because they're talking about a particular topic. So science, all of these are science related. So that's why I did that. All right.
It's lovely. All right, I have a question. I was looking at your feed, especially your first page there. In terms of philosophy, how do we go about structuring that? Is there, how can you guide us in
That is
terms of?
not, okay, all right. You know, I'm cutting out what I'm supposed to do. All right, so philosophy, I think it's on my welcome page. Somewhere there. I think so.
Miss Morrison,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
was covered day one.
So I
And
need.
are you hearing?
I heard it. I know it was covered, but because they asked, so should I decline and move back to what I'm asked to do?
Let me find out from the teacher who's asking the question. Have you seen the video for day one?
No, I have not seen the video.
Oh, I sent it out yesterday, last night, somewhere there about which school. Let me see if I can find the link for it and post it in the chat.
I would appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so we don't have to do that one. So we're just gonna jump to our Google slide now. Ready? So we're gonna shimmy on over. Everybody ask a question. Do we all right? Yes, Miss Brown. Yeah.
In case of publishing, can it be like a video, like a podcast?
You can add podcasts also. You can
Or it
embed.
have to be something written.
No, man. Remember, we're saying that you can use, going back to the objective, it can be audio. So the podcast can be embedded into it. You want me to find a podcast and
I wasn't here at the beginning.
oh, okay. So we add a number of objectives that we are covering. Tell me if you're seeing. Let me need to switch over. Use share. Okay, where is it? All right. So this is what we're working on. We're looking at guiding principles too. It's not in slideshow, so I'm gonna put it in slideshow. So the first one was to link the lesson plan. So we put the lesson plans in a folder. Then we link the folder to our website by using a picture and some text. Or we hyperlink the text, or we can hyperlink the picture. Or we can hyperlink everything. Because sometimes I do that. Hyperlink both the picture and the text. So whichever one they click on, they just go straight to the lesson plan. So you said that you weren't here. Next thing we did was to insert a recording in terms of you teaching a lesson. It can be multiple lessons that you have taught, or whether it be in terms of, but this one is a video because they want to watch and see you demonstrating you teach a particular lesson. Then in terms of innovation, no, we were using the Canva newsletter to showcase different aspects of our lesson or activities that we have done with our students. In terms of in the same newsletter I've embedded, I put pictures, I put video, I have audio clip, because I have this activity that I do for reading. What I do is my students, after we have done the IDRI reading, and I give them, these are your deficiencies, you don't know, letter sound for A, B, C, whatever. I give those students, so they don't stay in class and learn everything. So they have out of school, in class experience. And what they would have done, I've given the particular website to go to practice. And then after they would send me an audio clip through WhatsApp or in the classroom of them giving me the sound of the letters. And I gave an example of that one, that student telling me the sound of the letters that he was deficient in because he has now learned them and he recorded himself and I embodied. That's a technique that I'm using because we're showing innovation. Instead of letting the child come to class and we say A says ha and B says boo. You understand? You choose how you innovate your lesson. And that is one way I innovate my lesson. So I allow it to be an out of school experience also. Get me? Someone answer? All right. So you know this is number 3, innovation, instructional approach. That's what I was talking. That's one that is one way I innovate my teaching of letter sound. So I don't settle for just being the activities in class. So the students take responsibility for their learning. And I put that little caption in my newsletter. All right. Then the use of technology. All right. So we're talking about the graphic organizer and you have the website. You can embed those also in it, or you can use a link, a URL, and you can actually embed them in there. So whenever you see embed allow you to put in URL, or you can have in terms of another string of embedded information, depending on what particular software you're using. All right, so there are different ways in which the particular string of embedded information will be written. All right, so I don't want to say like div or whatsoever. I said it, but I didn't want to say it. All right. So then the same thing goes for different form of assessments that you have done. You're going to also add those. But I was showing you how you can actually capture the information instead of spreading them out on the page. Because what we have seen is that teachers add a lot of information and they don't know how to put it in the website. So we're showing you create this page already. This is how you compile or compact them. So they present, they give a story, they give information that the person, the presenter, or whoever going, your appraiser looking at your website will have ease of access to the information. So they don't have to go back and search through everything and wandering and scroll through this long page. You choose how you present. So that's where we're at. So we're at the final one where we're actually using now PowerPoint to actually do the presentation. This, what I'm showing you, I should have just gone through and show you. All right, so this is the whole, as I said to the person that was asking about, what about persons that are not willing to, are able to go through the video? I normally have this. So this tells you how to start to create a website from scratch. This is the whole thing. And this is how I put out my certificates. So they are not all over the place. They are also in a slideshow. All right, and it gives you the steps. So what I'm going to do now is the same thing, but this is for another GP. All right. So it gives you the steps. And this is how I put out. And I just made a cover. It was a regular slide. I went to Google and I copied that the paper with the ribbon and paste it in. I have my picture and I type my name and I just do a fancy word art and say certificates. That's all. And that's my cover. Nice, don't? But it's simple. Say yes. Nobody not answering me. All right, so that's what I'm going to show you. And this shows you. So I'll show you how you to access this particular PowerPoint. All right, but as I said, not everything that I've gone through today is in this, but if you want to go to these little ones. All right, so I show you to put in your link. In, I think that went from yesterday, and some things about Canva and how to create it. This cover page, and we reach at the end of this thing because this was from before when I did another presentation. I must apologize. I did not get a chance to update it for this presentation. All right, so let us jump in back. Time is going. We have 7 minutes, and I think I should have cut off a long time ago. But let's go over now to Google Slides, right? So let's go. All right, so I'm going to switch again. I'm going to go back to which one I will add it on. I think I added on my MOE School account. Right. You can use any of your Google Slides, please. You don't have to use MOE School account. All right. Get me, because your website must not be done in the MOEC and the MOEC account. Google account is supposed to be done on another account that you have. Do not create your website on that account. If you create it on that account, it belongs to the Ministry of Education. Okay. Do we understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now I'm in Google Slide. Is there anyone in the room that does not know how to open a Google Slide? All right. Now you're looking, tell me if you're seeing my Google Slide or I need to share. Let me share again, make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. I think you were seeing something else. All right, so we're on Google Slides now, right? Good, good. All right, so this is what we're going to do. What I've done is, this is not the regular layout of your Google Slide. You notice my slide is portrait instead of landscape. And that's the difference. Because I'm going to showcase the one on my cover page is in landscape because the information are going across. But when it comes to doing like my certificates, which I'm not supposed to be doing, why am I talking about certificates? Because I was looking at it. All right. But whichever one you want to do, it's also in the PowerPoint, as I said, because I customize this particular slide. So I'm going to go back a little bit, undo. All right, so this is how your regular slides will appear when you start a new untitled presentation. Remember to save your presentation. So you give it a name up here. All right. And then we get into file. And we have a number of features. All right. Do I need to create an old PowerPoint for you to see it? Let me hear yes or no. Yes or no? Do I need to create a PowerPoint, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Do I need to create it? All right. So what are we adding to this one? So first with a picture. Click.
Yes, miss.
Then I see widescreen. Click, go down, customize. No, because I've played around with it, I've set up my slide to be 4.3. Played around it until I get it the size that I want. And 5 what? I don't remember 5.1, but it's in the slide. It's in the PowerPoint slides. All right, then I click apply. Look how it changed. It changes now from portrait to landscape. Get me? From landscape to portrait, that is wrong. From landscape to portrait, right? So you have no more space. You can add things because I turn it around, right? So I can put in, all right. Nice little picture. I'm not going to create an entire PowerPoint slide because I think we can do that. Let us say yes. Yes, miss.
Yeah. Yes, we
Yes,
can. What's the
miss.
first thing you click on for this one?
All right, to change it from landscape to portrait. I went to file. Scroll down to it's also
Where put on text for?
slide. So I went to file, then page setup. When I went to page setup, I choose custom. I'm customizing it because I'm making changes. I change in terms of the width, I changed it to 4.3 and I said I'm 5.5 because I played around with it and I like this particular customized setting. All right, how it looks when I add it to my website. All right, I click apply. As I said to you, it's in the the PowerPoint that I had from a while back. So you can follow it step by step. So now I've created my slide. If you want me to change, you can add your theme and your whatsoever you want to add to it. You can choose them over here. You can create your own theme. As I said to you, I went to Google and a copy a picture, add things to it to make it, give it that. So you choose how you want to do it. So we're not doing PowerPoint today. We're showing you how you can. All right. So we can customize it now, add it to our website. Now the next thing, how do I get it to move? Let me add another page to it. All right, add something else to that. So we can show how it's moving. Okay, let's add this. All right. All right, so that's there. So we have 2 slides. How do I get it to move now? No, I'm asking you if you're going to have personal stuff that you don't want to go outside because we're going to publish to the web. To get it to move, it's going to publish to the web. So if you or somebody don't want your information out there, I suggest you keep it in Canva. But this is gonna ask it to publish to the web to get it to move. So we're gonna go up, and we're gonna, so over, we're gonna share. All right, share with others, publish to web. We're gonna publish to web. I hold it there for a moment so you can see what I did. So I went back to file, then to share, then publish to web. Did you see that? Click in. Now it's gonna open a dialog box. Do the whole dialog box. All right. Everybody saw that? Notice now, I had some time on it, or it was moving. You can choose how fast you want to move it or how slow you want it to move. All right, it's a default of 3 seconds. You can keep the default, or you can change it. All right. Which one should we do? Keep the default or change it?
We can keep.
All right. If it's too fast, you just have to come back over or come back to the slide and just do it all over again and then copy out the embed and then embed it again with a different time. All right. We're gonna start we're gonna click start the slideshow as soon as the player loads. So you notice in my website it automatically plays, right? Because I chose to start the slideshow as soon as the player starts. So as soon as the web page open, it starts. And after now, you notice that it keep on going in a cycle, a loop. So I chose restart after the last slide. So it goes to the first one again. All right. I'm going to click embed. We're going to choose now how we're going to embed it. The time is already in. What's the size you want to use? You want a small thing? You want a large one, medium, or you want to customize? I use a medium, but it can be customized. All right. We can customize here, or we can customize it when we put it in the website, and I can show you all of that. So I'm going to click publish. It's going to generate a code. Now it's up here, it's asking me. You see up the top? Are you sure you want to publish this selection? So if you're not sure you want to put it out there, you don't have to. But if you want what I have, you say, okay. And then it generates a code. Are you seeing the code that it generates? Tell me yes or no. See the code? Somebody
Where
needs...
does that appear, Miss? I'm actually using my phone and I have to be shifting the screen. When you click embed, the code is created automatically?
When I click embed, I have to click on publish. Then after I click on publish, another dialog box comes up and it asks if I want to publish this selection because it knows that it's going to put it out on the internet. So it's asking you if you want that. All right, so this is an iframe. The one in Google was a div frame. So that's why I didn't want to mention these things because they're not really necessary. We just do it, right? All right, so we copy the embed code. All right, but there's something that we need to do. At the bottom, you see publish. There's a section that says that you should stop publishing. I don't know why I'm not seeing it, but it's there. Something about my screen. Because it's published, but we want to stop it from publishing after a while. We want to close it. So we want to stop it from publishing. But I need to scroll down. Let me. It's smaller. All right, let me close. All right, so I got my embed code. Still can go back and get it again if I want. I'm gonna now go over to my website. And I'm gonna remember that I must do new share, right? Website. All right, so scroll down. So you see our thing there, that's what we had before. So if you remember, if you want it to be horizontal, you keep it as it is. All right, so landscape, keep the slide as it is. If you want it to be vertical, you change it to portrait by customizing the slide because remember slides normally come as landscape. So I'm just going to embed. So I click on embed. It asks me, do I have a URL or do I have a code? I have a code, so I'm gonna Control V to paste. And then I click next, it's gonna generate it. All right, so guess what? I didn't give access, so I am so sorry. I must apologize for that. So let me go back to my slide. All right. Get back slow. All right, sharing. Oh, I didn't put a name. All right, so reading. Okay, that was there, see. All right, so it was restricted. That's why it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. So I need to know. Oh God, I use MOE, right? Didn't I tell you not to? And I did the same. So let me just do it from scratch again. That's a teachable moment, right? We're not saying yes. All right, so we have the slide here. All right, this one. So what I did, I'm just gonna use this one that we have, and just instead of creating one from scratch, I went to File, and all I did was that I went to Share with others. All right, and I went again. Up and went down. All right, so I choose this, right? But after I'd done that, what I should have done is actually choose in terms of the share option. You see, notice this one says anyone with link. All right, so that's what I left out before. Did I leave anyone behind? Yes or no? Or do I need to do it from scratch? Run over time. Speak to me, someone.
I think we're supposed to be good.
All right, so what I should have done is allow everyone to have access who have the link. All right, then click done. And I would have gone back. I'm just gonna go from scratch to get the code again. So I'm going to go back to share, publish to web. All right, embed. It's already there from before, so I'm not changing it. I'm just gonna copy. All right, because I added. This is what I was saying to you, because my page was not going down properly. Stop, you know, it says stop publishing. Everybody sees that? After you have copied out your code, you click stop publishing. It will still play. Get me? Hello? But it's not active on the internet.
Okay, boss.
To my knowledge, there is always ways around whatever we think we know. All right? All right, so going back to the website now. All right, to the website. All right, so here we are on the website. So I'm just gonna use another page. I'm not gonna use the cover page. All right, let me just choose another page. Go to 2. I'm gonna add it to it. All right, there we had our lesson plan is for the person that came in late. So we had 2 ways in which we had added. Can remove one. All right. All right. So we're gonna embed our PowerPoint now. All right, ready? All right, so now we have our code in, we click next. It's gonna generate. All right, so as I said to you, I'm just using the other one because I'd use the MOE and the MOE will not give us access. So I had it here. And all I do is to expand. And if it's too small, as I said to you, you can go back and you can actually change the size. When I open the embed code, you will see hello. Moderate businesses. See height.
No, but
you
but
see
him not say
width
if
and
he
height.
say me not have on a seatbelt for the car come. And that
It's
is right in
Raquel
the
from
email.
St. Andrew. Can you mute your mic, please? It's Raquel from St. Andrew. Mute your mic. Thank
you. All right. All right. So we're continuing now. So that's all I embedded. But if you think that your PowerPoint is too small, you can adjust the width and the height. Don't trouble anything else in the code, right? And it must remain between the parentheses. So you can actually adjust these numbers until they get bigger. All right, you can also do that. Or you could have chosen a bigger frame from there in the PowerPoint. All right, so save. All right, so my thing is, all right, so I'm just gonna put it in the middle like that. All right, and then we're gonna go to preview, see what happens. Where is it? Oh, see loading? I don't remember what time is on this, what time did we choose? But it will, based on the time, it will take the time for it to actually change from one to the other. And if you can't wait, you can click on go to the next one, but we can wait for it. So that's how we actually do it. This is also in the website. So I'm gonna stop. I think I've gone over the time that I plan to do this. I hope it assisted you, and it's all about putting your information together and then laying it out. Notice how I do mine. I don't have a lot of pictures all over and stuff, and you need captions for everything to explain them, unless they themselves explain themselves. So whatever information they're putting out. So if it's a lesson plan, please put the objective, state what it's about. So the person that will be looking at the particular video, your appraiser will say, oh, she's teaching on this lesson or that lesson, these are what these objectives that she's going to cover in this lesson or whatever. So you do those things. If the lesson plan, you state in terms of the year the lesson plans are for. All right. So you actually know. See change? You change? Or same thing is on. Okay, no change. The timing. I'm going to have to check the timing on this. So let me go back and check the time. See if I can speed it up and see. Oh, it's on 3 seconds, 365. Publish again, start publishing. Can't see. Okay.
As it relates to the lesson plan, it's the
Okay.
first time doing an e-portfolio. So if I've been teaching for over 10 years now, I just focus on this year.
No, 3 years. 3 years. So
Okay.
2023, 2024, 2022, 2023, then 2021, 2022. So it's a span of 3 years.
Okay. And is it that
I'm
we
speaking mainly to persons that are lead teachers and mentors that are planning to become master teachers.
Okay.
So they need that evidence.
Okay. So if you're not planning to become any of those, you just need a sample of your lesson plans?
You still need to cover 2 terms. So they can access school how many years they want on it.
Okay.
The
All right,
minimum of 2 terms for them to actually see how you're actually transforming your methodology, or you're actually causing your students to grow and develop. So that's it.
All right, thank you.
All right. So it was my pleasure serving you, although I've not been looking at the chat. All right, so it was my pleasure sending you. Right, yes, I read sending you a while ago, so it was stuck in my mind. Oh, can you get access to the PowerPoint? So let me show you that quickly. Let me stop sharing this and go over to that. I think it's in the PowerPoint. Right, I hope the link still working. If the link is not working for the PowerPoint is in a classroom. I don't know if you want to access the classroom or you want me to send you the PowerPoint, but I said the one in the class will be updated. All right, so that was the code that was being used for the classroom. Maybe it's still the same code. It's called the training room. So it's my Google Classroom. It has other stuff in it, so you might find those helpful too. All right, so if you copy that down, everybody take it down. I could go over to the classroom now. 1, 2, which account is on. All right. So
Where's the code, miss?
All right, you just missed it. So I wasn't sure. You see, I'm doing it again. I wasn't sure it again, right?
We're not seeing.
That's why I realized I wasn't sharing. I am sorry. So now you're seeing it. So the Google Classroom is called the training room. So this is the code that was being used. I was just going to check to see if it has changed, or because sometimes Google said that it's outdated, so I need to check. So let me go over quickly. All right, so Google Classroom. I'm gonna share again. All right, you see in the classrooms?
Yes.
All right, so ICT training room. So it's a little face right there, so right. That's good, Patwa. So that's my face. All right, so you see the code change, right? This is the code that is now being used. YT6VFM. That I tell you that PowerPoint is, I had it a while. So
YT.
are you seeing my screen? Let me resize.
Yes, I'm seeing your screen.
Seeing it now?
Yes, thanks.
So you can access using the class code. All right. So inside that classroom, yeah, some other stuff that I did for other persons. So I'm reading something and some other something. All right. So the e-portfolio one down here with some other good stuff. But as I said, I need to add something, update it to what we're doing now. All right. But you can work with what is there, and then we can watch the video or reach out until I can update it. All right, it was my pleasure serving you, so I'm gonna stop sharing now.
Lady A, you may open your microphone and go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so this is something I was looking forward to from September.
Okay.
And it was proposed that it would have been done in our JTA group. And I kept on asking my president about it, and then she informed me about this session.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, it's an eye-opener for me, because it's my first time doing an e-portfolio.
Yes.
And trust me, the information that I've garnered here, even if I miss something from the sessions, I can go back and look over, because I know I'm going to be presenting to my staff after I've mastered the activities that are done here tonight. And I'm sure to look forward to it. I just want to say thank you wholeheartedly. And I'm sure the others will give their sentiments as well. Well done.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Miss Cornelia.
Hi, good evening, everyone. This is a session that I was looking forward to for a very long time. I only started on day 2 because that's when I received the link, and I was so sad that I missed day 1.
No.
Yesterday and even today was even more special. Miss Morrison is so patient with even every question that's thrown at her. She's answering them. She's even going off her schedule of what she's supposed to do, trying to let everyone understand what needs to be done and how to do this or how to do that. And I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate her, and I appreciate this session, and I look forward to others. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Come, anybody else? Come, what? 30 of us are here outside of myself and Miss Morrison. Anybody else? Tell us.
I had my hand up.
No, I'm not seeing it because I'm still seeing Cornelia.
No, I had my hand up. I guess when I unmuted, it came down.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, go ahead, Miss Wilson. Mrs. Wilson.
All right, so I am very happy for this, and I wish the region had started it a little bit earlier, because now that it's coming to crunch time, not everybody is so tech savvy to be able to work this fast to complete the e-portfolio on time. I've seen where other regions are very active every Thursday. And if we have persons within our region who are very knowledgeable on this matter, I think it should be an ongoing training, even if it's not every day, say every Thursday or every week, every other week, and something is shared early to the schools in general so that they can share the information with their staff So
Right.
we can have everybody on board and everybody being more comfortable in doing the e-portfolio, because a lot of people think that it is too hard, it's too much work. But once they get it started from day one,
yes,
and put in the stuff, so you'd have your different folders, and you would be from day one, you start doing your first set of lesson plan, week one, boom, it is added, so that you go to a function, boom, you take your pictures, as at the end of the day you go, you upload your photos or whatever it is that you're doing. So I think it's that we need to look at as a region for the next school year. We are quite late. Those who are on now and would have started, kudos to you, but for those who would want to be on board, if we could just start a little earlier for the school year and get this going, we would be a region to be reckoned with. Yes.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. And I like that feedback going into the next school year. I'm sure it is something that the executive will look at. Thank you for such a feedback. Any other feedback? Any other yay or nay about the 3-day session? Anybody else would like to share?
My handle, my unraised features, I'm not seeing it. But
Yeah.
I must say I am not from this region, but it was shared in the JTA group, and I jumped at the opportunity. And I must say, I am not regrettable that I spared the time to take part and learn.
Right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Good job. Good job. Hold on. No, where are the males? Thank you for that, Miss Brooks Shirley. Any male in the house? Only ladies needed this? Any male? Oh, Mr. St. John is good at this already. Let me see. Thank you for joining, Mr. St. John. Janoy, anything?
Yes, even though I reached late for this one, it was good because I get to understand certain aspect of it. So only thing right now I would need like an example of when I finish one, so I can go through it and see how my add up to it. But it was a good lesson.
Very good, very good. You know, trust me, you don't need to see one. You're just going to work at it. Well, yeah, you can always see one and say, oh, wow, this is nice. And I think that was shown on day one. I think Miss, what's her name there? Our first presenter, Miss Walker, D'Costa Walker. I think she kind of showed hers and what it looked like and everything. But very good. Thank you for that. Someone said that we're early for next school year. We are not. Trust me. Someone mentioned about adding. Yes, some persons will be as disciplined to add as they go along, but some persons are so busy sometimes that they do not get to do it. But as crunch time comes and principals are asking for it, that's when some persons really go and do it and whatever. But then the point again also of some persons are not so savvy to get it done so quickly over, a shorter period of time. Yes. So all the feedbacks work and we're grateful for them. Mr. St. John, I think you want to come in.
Yeah, man. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I was saying that in the past when I've trained, I've never really touched on the embedding aspect of it.
Right.
So to see a presenter actually touch on it and do it so smooth,
yes,
seamlessly, I really have to applaud Mrs. Morrison for excellent job. A job well done.
Yes, yes. I think I learned both ways when I started. When JTC themselves were doing the early sets of presentations. So yes, it's something that a lot of persons have not learned how to do. So to include this in our session this evening was very good because our eyes are now being opened up more to different ways of doing it. For myself, I know I could create some pages and do PowerPoint, but I've never actually gone to do it. And then to show you and she said something in the presentation, instead of just having those one picture or several pictures that they upload in one time for the same event, you just put a lot of them on one PowerPoint, or if you can manage, even the software that we have, the software on our cell phone where we bundle those, the collage, even that can work. Some persons can do a collage on their phone. Right, Miss Morrison, am I correct?
Yes, you can. And there are many other softwares you can use for collage.
Right. So thanks, Mr. St. John, for mentioning that. Very good. Alrighty. So we're going now to the end. So again, once again, thank you. Make sure you have filled out the register and evaluation form. And make sure to use my number so I can send. I'm going to also send the link again in the JTA group. I didn't remember. And ask them to make sure that they share it within their parishes and DAs so that persons who attended can get them. So once again, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate every moment of it. And we hope to do better in the coming year, whether we are here or the next executive, but the feedback, all the feedbacks we have gotten here, we can certainly now pass them on to the next executive. If there's nothing else we want to say or do, well, we call the training series to an official end. And let me use this opportunity as it is in recording. Thanks to the executive of the region for coming together to present, to support, and our guest presenter once more, Ms. Morrison. You did an awesome job this evening. Good night, guys.
Miss, don't go yet.
Good night.
Who's not to go, as it?
Miss, I'm still having the same trouble with accessing the form. I've had the same problem from day one to now. The email aspect, it's not allowing me to.
And you know, I did not create this one this evening. All right, you know what you do? Can you find my number?
Yes,
Because
miss.
you've been here every evening. Since you have the problem all the time. Send me your name, full name, your school, and your email address.
Will do. All right,
All right, no problem. Thank you very much. So goodbye, everyone. Thanks again.